Okay. All right. Okay. So, hi everybody. We have 11 more days and then we're gonna be family on the Big Island together. Super excited. Today we spent the morning packing up stuff. We got permission from KMC to mail some stuff up. So we're trying to make it as easy as possible to move over. We're still gonna have to take some items with us, but we'll talk a little bit more about that when we get to the travel portion a little bit later. So the first thing I'm gonna do is we have a full agenda. So just gonna put it into the chat so that you guys can like follow along and stuff. So, and this agenda kind of has pretty much every, you can always refer back to it. We also made a Google Drive for you folks that has all the forms that you need. They should all be in there, but the agenda, I kind of hyperlinked a lot of stuff so that you'll have it in one place as well. Okay. All right. So what we're going to start first is because seriously, we're going to be like total family by the end of this experience together. So just going to kind of start off, not sure if everyone knows each other, that's why. So if you can just kind of start off with your name, your campus, what position like that you do, and then how long have you been a part of Great Teachers? Or like how many years that you've been a part, whether it's a participant or facilitator? And then in one word or phrase, describe what Great Teachers is, does, or feels like to you. Okay, so I'm gonna have Amy model it.
Oh,
You can go first.
I should pay attention.
This is a curveball.
Hi, everybody. I only know Chef Lee, really. Oh, and Danny. When I met Renee a few months ago. Okay, great. I'm from Kapiolani Community College. I teach hospitality and tourism education. I went to Great Teachers in 2000 something, 17, I think. And I think it's a really wonderful session, and look forward to I look forward to being a facilitator, I think. I think I'm looking forward to that. Yes, I am. Erin keeps asking me, do you remember what we did with this? I'm like, no. I was paying attention when I went. So yeah, that's me. Thank
Okay,
you.
pick the next person.
Chris.
Hello, hi everybody. Good to see you all. Let me go down the list here. My name is Chris Gilbert. It's been a little while for a lot of us to have crossed paths. I teach at Leeward Community College. I teach speech and communication. And let's see, I've been teaching since 2012. I went to Great Teacher Seminar for the first time in 2019. Lee and I were in the same cohort. But yeah, it was amazing. It was a great experience. If one word or phrase, it felt like real, I think, is what it felt like. It's
Aw.
like it was it was professional development, but it was just like sitting around, like talking shop, sharing stories, and it was very conversational. It's like the kind of openness you have when you're just talking to just like your closest friends about the job, and they happen to be in the same job. It was good. Yeah, it was very real. I liked it. Yeah.
Nice. Thank you, Chris. Can you pick the next person?
Oh yes, next person. Let's go, Renee there.
Oh,
Yay!
hello. I was first a participant back in 2012, and I became a facilitator a year after 2013. And then I was asked to be on the advisory board for Hawaii National Great Teachers in 2018. And then yeah, and so I've been kind of on board ever since, and it's kind of like an evolving thing. I think it's a really great event. During the summer, I actually do electrical contracting, but I feel like this is such a worthwhile, beneficial training for teachers across, across the board that I I I do want to still continue to participate, in it. So yeah, but yeah, so I'm very honored to be on the team and everything and to be of assistance. But yeah, I'm always learning with every new term because it's different and it's always evolving. So if I had to wrap it up, I just want to say it's very spectacular, enthralling, maybe enthralling. Yeah.
Aw. Yay, we love seeing you, Renee. And Renee is so special. She's such a generous person. She actually stores so many things, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But without Renee, well, actually without, so many of you, none of this could happen. So again, special mahalo to Renee for all she does for great teachers. So thank you. Okay,
Thank
Renee,
you.
who's the next person?
Jeff. Did Jeff go yet?
I didn't. So my name is Jeff Mexia from Hawaiʻi Community College, and I think I know maybe Lee we haven't met before, but I think everyone else I do know. My current position is professional development coordinator. My tenured position is English, so I teach English. Um, so I'll admit this now, so it's probably too late to kick me out, but I never officially attended Great Teachers. I helped facilitate Great
Imposter! Imposter!
Imposter. But I did go to Great Leaders. So I attended Great Leaders. Or helped facilitate Great Teachers. When Cindy found out I had not attended, she's like, "Oh, you gotta go participate too then." So I kind of facilitated and participated that year, which was the year we had to do it at UH Hilo. So whenever that was, because of the eruption at the volcano. And the one word or phrase, I'll say cookout. It was just kind of like, it was fun, it was enjoyable, yet you're doing a bunch of learning and talking and stuff. So I mean that in a very good way.
I like that.
Hey, nice. Mahalo, Jeff. That's so funny. I didn't realize you were a participant. Poor thing. So, but thank you for facilitating. Appreciate it.
No, I was facilitator before, so I have that experience already.
Yeah, no, thank you so much, Jeff. All right, sweetie, pick your next person.
Uh, did Danny go? Danny, you didn't go yet.
Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Yep.
Let's see, let the list here. Danny Wyatt, I'm the coordinator of the Waianae Moku campus. And I also teach English once in a while and the career, what is it, college success strategies. When they make me teach, every once in a while Ron will insist that I teach. How long? I don't know how long I've been at the Great Teachers. I think it's probably been about 8 or 9 years now. And Cindy asked me to be a facilitator after I'd attended in 2009, I think it was.
Wow.
And yeah, it's about 2012 or 2013 I became a facilitator. The one word or phrase to describe what it does or is very inspirational. People come out of that and they're always very, very inspired. Then they go back to work and they often lose it, but that's they're inspired for a while.
Great.
Thank you, Danny. And Danny is another one like Renee, one of our seasoned facilitators, and just really, especially since this is my first time kind of doing this, very grateful that both of them agreed to still continue on and be like a backbone for this. So thank you. All right, and then we got Lee, Chef Lee.
Hey. Lee Allen Dung. I'm a chef instructor in culinary at Leeward Community College. What else was I supposed to say?
How long at Great Teachers?
I was a participant in the last Great Teachers with Chris. So I got to meet Danny and Renee and everyone. So it was a great experience for me. It gave me an opportunity to learn from everyone, and the one word that I would say that I feel about Great Teachers is lots of mana. Very powerful up there. Just the surroundings and all the people and activities. Very good mana.
I love
so
that. Thank you so much, Chef Lee. And I remember even the last time we had Great Teacher, Chef was like, "Hey, if you ever need any help," and you probably regret it now because I was like, "Okay, Chef, we want to have you here." But thank you.
no, I'm very honored. I'm very honored, and then
Well, I love our crew. I think you guys pretty much know. I mean, I'm Erin. I'm at Leeward. I do professional development like how Jeff does at Hawaiʻi. My first grade teachers was in 2019. So, and I was half participant, half staff. So Cindy is an excellent mentor. She's probably the most organized person I've ever known of and very detailed. And it's only because of her foresight to put down some great notes that we're even able to muddle through this. But I think it's going to be super fun. I'm super excited. In one word or phrase, when I think about great teachers, Ohana was the word that first popped into my head. And I think it's just because just the bonding that happens. And for me, that's what fills my cup is when I can have like authentic pilina with people. And so I'm really happy that we have our group. I love everybody in this group. And I think we'll have fun and we'll work hard, play hard, have fun. And yeah. So anyway, I'm very honored that you folks would believe, in me in a way, to kind of take this journey and this new step for great teachers. And I hope it'll be just as wonderful as it has been for the past 30 years, and we'll do it justice. So anyway, thank you everybody for being part of this. So we're just gonna kind of go down the agenda, super informal, may get boring because there'll be lots of talking, but just interject with questions. There's just so much information. There's no way to make it, I didn't have time to make it fun. So it's really just going to be going through information. But again, if there's any questions, then just interject because this is real informal. So purpose and role for our being facilitators and staff is really to provide that supportive learning environment for our colleagues. What's different this year is that, as you folks know, it's all UHCC people. There's no outside people. That was intentional so that because we're coming off of the pandemic, the system office is paying for a majority of this. Leeward is supplementing a lot of the stuff as well, but system is really giving a lot of money to support it and pay for KMC, so that people have like their free flights and free accommodations and meals and all that kind of stuff. With that said, I kind of like the idea that it was just our UHCC family, that we can just kind of reconnect with each other in person, since a lot of our faculty have had to work online instead. So I think it's a good opportunity for them to get to know each other again across the campuses. Safety is always that should always be at the forefront of our mind. Safety is always first as well. And to be inclusive, I think that's super important. That was seems like the great teachers model too, right? We don't leave people by themselves. If someone's by themselves, we go up warmly, just encourage them and talk to them and make everyone feel like they're part of this extended family that we're building here at Great Teachers. And then have fun. Let's just totally have fun. Like, I don't want us to stress out too much. Yeah, we're gonna work for sure, but if we don't have fun while we're doing it, then no sense. Yeah, so let's try make sure. And if I start to get like too like, okay, people, we gotta do this, then just say, Erin, chill out, let's have fun, and just remind me, and that'd be good, and then we can do that. So we'll work hard, but let's make sure that we also take care of each other and we have a lot of fun in doing this. Any questions so far? I know we're just kind of starting. Any questions? Okay, so the next one I'm gonna turn it over to Amy, but if you want to, there's on the agenda, there's a link to the Google Drive, and in that Google Drive, it has all the stuff that we're going to kind of go over. It's a lot to review, so we're not going to go into detail with everything, but we're going to reference a lot of stuff for you today. So I will turn it over to Amy for our housekeeping items.
Yeah, so the Google Drive has all your handouts in it. And then if you're a paper person, you don't have to print them out because Erin is so lovely organized. She's got these little folders for all of you. So anything that you need will be printed and brought.
We'll bring it
So
up.
no need to print anything. Everything will be provided for you. Room assignments, KMC has had a full turnover of management. So everyone that Cindy worked with is not there anymore. So it's been not challenging, but it's been complex to organize everything with KMC as it was before. So, but if they're honoring prices, they're honoring setups and most things that has been in place from before.
Well, not
And-
prices.
Yeah, well, yeah, prices have gone up a little bit, but I mean, they've kept our room prices pretty good. But,
Yeah.
I think this is the last year for really good deals for grade teachers, but that's for next year. So room assignments, they are at full occupancy as they always are. So we do know we'll have building 43. That's the Pupu Palace Ho'okipahale building next to Ohia. And we've kind of worked out room assignments as you see on the agenda there, if that's okay with everyone. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Any questions about the room? So the building 43, so we had the Pupu Palace. It's gonna be called Ho'okipahale though, this time. So hopefully that's okay with everybody. I know it'll take a little transition, but that's okay. But there's 6 rooms there. So we have Danny, Dave, Chef Lee for sure, and then Chris, we have you there, and then Michelle from Maui, and then Renee will be there. And then we'll have a 3-bedroom unit. We don't know where it is yet, Jeff. But I asked that it be close to Ohia. And then it'll be me, Jeff, and Amy in that one. So is everybody okay with their rooms? And if not, you can always like tell me like, oh, I don't want to be with Aaron or whatnot, like, and then we can switch out. But okay, so that's what we're doing so far.
There is a photo and risk release waiver form that was linked in your facilitator letters. So just either send that to us or bring it with you signed for the event. There is a link to emergency phone numbers. So if you could fill in, do we need anything? Oh, no,
Oh, no,
that's not the one.
Yeah.
Never mind. The emergency telephone number sheet is the one that goes to the participants. It'll have the KMC number for front desk, Aaron's number, and then it'll have our cabin locations as facilitators. The difference at KMC, there's no daily maid service this time. So if you've been before, there always was daily maid service, but there isn't any. So those phone numbers for the front desk are important in case anyone needs rubbish pickup, towels, or whatever. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Any questions on rooms or anything like that so far? We still good?
Where's the waiver form? Is that in the drive too?
So that one it should be in your facilitator letter, or like if you got a copy of the participant letter, but you know what, we'll put a copy in the facilitator drive.
Yeah, I shall.
Yeah, we'll put a
do that.
copy of those and then you guys can and if you can do it by next week, fine. But if not, if you want to just do it, print it up and bring it on that day, because we're gonna have people bring it on that day anyway. So and I've got to print up extras. I'll print up extras.
Yeah.
So I print up extras and then we can always do it. So yeah. But we'll put it in our drive too.
Yes.
Any other questions? All right. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the schedule. So there's 2 types of schedules. One is a schedule at a glance, if you just want to look and see in general. But I think what I'm gonna do is go through the detailed one. We won't go line by line, but I think there's just a lot of little things in there. So and some questions I'll probably ask our seasoned people as well. So if everyone could just click on the detailed staff schedule. Or if anyone's having trouble retrieving it, I can also share screen. Anybody want me to share screen? Or are we okay with it? Everyone
Actually, can you share screen?
Yeah, I can share screen.
Because
No problem.
I always zoom myself out of it when I try to switch back in.
Oh, you pussy.
I'm horrible at Zoom.
No worries. Can you see?
Hang on. I gotta go back. Yeah, I got it now.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, I see it now.
So, okay, so the first thing, so this will be, so I know Jeff is coming from Kauai and then Michelle's coming from Maui. And I thought they were going to come in later, but they're going to end up on the same flight, yeah, for Honolulu going with us. So we'll just see you at the gate, Jeff. But for the rest of us in Honolulu, if we can arrive at 7, if we can meet at 7, and the only reason I'm asking all of us to meet is because we're gonna have stuff to take up. And if you get baggage fees, I want to use my P card to pay for your baggage fees and stuff. So you don't have to worry about that. So anyway, if we can meet at 7 o'clock at the airport at Hawaiian, if we can meet like Mauka side. So like when you're first departures, when you're first coming in, like more towards that first area. Yeah, makes sense. The Mauka side, yeah, as soon as you go. So if we can just kind of meet outside over there, and then we can all go in together, and then we can all check in. So our flight leaves at 9. We get into Hilo 9:55. And then Renee's gonna be meeting us there. She says she's gonna be in the cell phone parking lot. And we're gonna have 2 SUVs. We got 2 SUVs. So the SUV one is gonna be, and again, I'm gonna kind of call out to Danny and Renee if any of this sounds like, no, we should do this instead. We're open to it. But what I was thinking is SUV one would be like Danny, Dave, Chris, Michelle, and you guys would go with Renee to her house, and she has a whole bunch of stuff that's supplies that we'll be using for great teachers. The second SUV is going to be myself, Amy, Chef, and then Jeff. And we got just errands to like 5 or 6 places to go to pick up stuff and supplies. One thing I wanted to ask was, given the stuff that SUV number 2 has to go to, Renee, do you think you folks would have time to stop off at Hawaiʻi CC and go to your house? If not, then our car will do it.
No, I'll get it. I'll
You
pick it
can.
up. Yeah.
Okay, so like I was working with so Tiana Hirota, I'll send you the email she sent me about where to go, but rather than shipping up a printer, she said we can use hers. And then I'll give you the instructions on where on campus and stuff.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Renee. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, so that'll be awesome. If you guys can go to Hawaii CC, then SUV 2 will just go to Hopeko, Big Island Candies, Big Island Delights, and Mauna Loa. We'll pick up the lei, and we'll do KTA shopping. So we'll do that all before we head up to KMC. So I'm thinking we can kind of talk stories with it, but I don't know if an hour and a half is that enough time for you folks to go Hawaii CC and to pick up stuff from Renee's house, and then we meet for lunch, or you want it more like an hour and stuff? Because what'll happen is our group will just go to as many places as we can before lunch, and then we'll just continue with our errands before we go up to KMC. So how much time do you think would be good, Renee?
When are you planning to go to KTA and do the shopping after lunch?
After lunch.
After lunch. Okay.
Yeah, maybe we'll go KTA and then I think go to Teal to pick up the lei stuff after lunch too. And then if we didn't, whatever errands we didn't get to in the morning, then we'll finish those up too. But KTA I think will be one of the last. So KTA and the lei will be the last stops before we go KMC.
Okay. And then do you need me to make reservations at Kuhio Girl?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I can.
Okay, yeah,
That would be so helpful.
I'll do that. And then just to let you know, Big Island Delights is making a donation to our goodie bags. Yeah, our welcome
Oh.
bags. And then Waikea Water has donated bottles of water, like 4 cases, which is like 50 something bottles of water.
Oh
And
my
then Atabar Chips they will be donating something too. I do need to follow up with Big Island Candies and KTA.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. Oh, thank you so much, Renee. And then for donations to Safeway donated $100 gift card. So I don't know if we want to use it for food or if we want to just give it as a door prize. We could do that. And I think and then we got like little things like lanyards and stuff for businesses. So, but thank you so much, Renee. That's awesome. So
Yeah.
Renee, what time should lunch be at? What time should we meet for lunch?
Yeah, about there. How much stops did you need to do? I know the lei and stuff can be after lunch on your way out, yeah?
Yeah, KTA. I was thinking KTA, lei, maybe Mauna Loa
Mhm.
can be after lunch. Mauna Loa, I just got to pick up before 2. But
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, that should work out. I think that would be enough time. Yeah, 10:30 and then 12. Yeah, I think that should be good. That should be
Okay.
good.
Okay, yeah, we'll just try to jam it out. Because I mean, they're all kind of close. Like from what I remember, Big Island Delights is right up the road from Hopeko, yeah, and stuff. They're on
Yeah.
the same road, yeah. And then so maybe we go Big Island Delights, Hopeko, then Big Island Candies. And if we can fit in Mauna Loa before, then we can. Where and then I'll just look up where Kuhio Grill is. Is that near KTA?
No, it's more towards Wailoa State Park side by Bayfront,
Okay.
by the county building.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, so lunch at 12 then for so it'll be 9 of us.
Okay, got it. I'll make the reservation.
Mahalo, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so then we're gonna have a quick lunch that day, and then we're gonna continue on. I think so. After lunch, Renee, do you guys go up to KMC then? You guys go straight-
Whatever you want. Usually I would be in the van that helps to like gather things from KT, and then yeah, and then would make little stops and then get up there. And then usually Danny guys and the team would be up there. Danny and the chef would be up
Excuse
there
me.
setting up and stuff like that. But whichever way you want, I'll fill in wherever you want.
So I remember when we went KTA shopping last time, Chef
Mhm.
Matt was with us.
Mhm.
And then were you with us too then? So we had 2 cars.
Oh no, the chef was with us, yeah. That's right. Yeah, the chefs usually do the shopping too.
Yeah, Chef gotta be there for shopping.
Yes, yes.
But we can ask Joyce, like, I think we get the room earlier, yeah? We have the room here.
Yep.
So-
whenever we get there.
So maybe, yeah, so like if the first SUV wants to, and Renee's truck with all the stuff, if you guys want to go up to Ohia earlier, before us, because I think the shopping people might take a little bit longer, then you guys can. If you folks are if you guys get a lot of stuff done and we're running behind, maybe if you don't mind, I may give you the money to buy the lei from Theo. Maybe if you guys could stop off and do the lei and stuff, so we can see how we're doing on time that day.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, we could just kind of play by ear. Does that sound okay with everybody as we kind of work it out? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. Any questions about, we figure them out. You know, as long as we get up there by 3, I think we'll be, or by 5 or whatever and stuff. But actually, me and Amy are going to meet with Joyce, our KMC contact, to go over all the rooms. So we're meeting with her, like, as long as we're at KMC by 3:30, then I think we'll be good. And so I think we'll be fine. Okay, so that's kind of what the day will look like. Then we'll get our room keys and then everyone can go, unpack and kind of stuff. We'll unpack all the different things. The food stuff, we'll unpack in Ohia, things we got to do there. We're gonna have dinner. I'll make reservations. Is everyone okay with Thai food? Is anybody not like Thai food? You can be honest. And so, okay, so if we're okay with it, we'll go to Thai Bistro. Like around 6 o'clock, we can just all hop in some cars and stuff, and then and just talk shop and just be with each other. And then after dinner, we'll have a meeting, and we'll do like final setups. Like let's get all the conference bags done that night. Set up Ohia room as much as possible so that so we have a nice pace day on Tuesday, if that's okay. Yeah, so we'll try to get everything done, most of it done on Monday, if that's okay. Does that sound all right with
I
everybody?
gotta,
Okay.
yeah, I have a question for you,
Yeah.
Aaron. So since I'm gonna be on the Big Island already, would you like me to meet SUV 1 at the airport at 10:30? Should I just be at Renee's house? Or is there someplace more helpful for me to arrive?
Do you want me? You're on the Big Island. I can pick you up. Are you in Hilo?
I'm actually gonna be in Volcano, right next to KMC.
Oh, cool. Okay.
But yeah, I can get dropped off wherever we need. Is your house better? So there's more room in the SUV?
Yeah, whichever way. Whichever way. You could jump in with me and then we could meet the team and yeah.
Okay.
Up to you.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll just be at the airport at 10:30 then, just to do the meet and greet with everybody and hop in the same car. I can do that.
Yeah,
Make it
maybe
seem like
that
I got
would-
off the airplane.
Yeah, is that okay, Chris? Can you get to the airport
Yep.
at 10:30?
Can
Okay.
do.
Yeah, maybe that would be good. So yeah, so we'll come in at 10 and then we'll be getting our bags and stuff and getting the car rental. So we'll still be around by 10:30. Yeah, so just look for a
Perfect.
big group at
Okay.
10:30 and then yeah, that'd be awesome. Thank you so much,
Sounds
Chris.
good.
Okay, great. Any other questions about the first day? Are we all good? Okay. Gonna move on to second day. So that's Tuesday. So this is the day that everyone comes in. So we'll have a staff breakfast and meeting. So this one, maybe when we go shopping, Chef, we can just buy like some simple things and stuff like continental stuff breakfast or something that we can do for everybody. And we can, and again, you know, Chef is like, we're all there to help Chef to do whatever he tells us to do to help to help get this going and stuff. So, but we'll meet at 8:30 for our staff breakfast. We'll do a meeting, you know, Dave Sherrill as well. You know, he'll be giving us even more tips and you know, talking to us as well from his, you know, as since he's like the lead facilitator. So we'll have that time to do like just a last kind of debriefing before all our participants come. So by that morning, we'll make sure that we complete the Ohia room that's set up for registration if we didn't get to it the night before. This was from the old notes, the cabin 43 setup. Danny, does this, or Renee, does this look familiar? The 21 chairs, 6 tables, 10 tablecloths? That was just in the old notes, so I kept it in, but does that seem familiar?
What room?
This is in cabin 43.
I think we just stashed stuff in there and then took it out as necessary.
Okay. Like we get chairs from, is that something that I should be asking Joyce for, or we just take it from Ohia?
Oh, here.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Ohia has like 100-something chairs, so maybe we can just move some of them into building 43. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Another thing that's a little bit different with KMC is before we would buy snacks for the seminar, like, you know, chips and cookies and stuff, we're not allowed to bring any outside food. So anything we buy has to go through their KMC general store, but they have yet to give us a list of what they have available at the KMC general store, but we'll figure a way. So we can do Ho'okipahale because it's technically in like your guys' room. So we'd just be like, hey, you know, and there's kitchens and stuff in there. So, but we can't bring in our own snacks to Ohia. It has to go through the general store. So we'll take a look at general store as well, probably that day. Or the day before to see what they have and to kind of start stocking up on stuff. Okay. We'll also set up Ohia room with the flip chart pads, and Dave Sherrill will have an idea of how he wants that done. Danny probably knows too how that goes. Let's see. And then you can just read through that. Okay, so then we'll have, so that's breakfast, final setups. Then we'll have staff lunch. But we're also gonna have, at that time, we have the bus transportation for our people coming in. So there's 2 buses. One will be at the airport. We'll leave the airport at 12:30. The other will be a 2:30 pickup. Okay, so I'm gonna go down with the first bus, and there'll be a chance for one of you guys to sign up to go down with me because we want to greet them. We have signage and all that stuff. The second bus, the 2:30 bus, I have to stay back at KMC. So I'll ask for 2 of you to go down and to greet and stuff. But again, we'll talk about those volunteer assignments a little bit later. Okay. So then when the first bus arrives, then it'll probably get back to KMC if we leave 12:30, I mean 1:15 to 1:30, depending on traffic. And then they're just gonna hang out in Ohia. We'll have snacks there for them. You know, they can check in, they can register. Rooms will probably not be ready yet, so they can just hang out in Ohia. We'll have like the table with the eyelash lace. We'll have that supply and stuff. And so, you know, they can like entertain themselves that way or just rest even. So I think that's what they'll do until the second bus comes in. Any questions about that? Okay. Okay. Once everyone's there at 4 o'clock, we're gonna have Noelle from Hawaiʻi CC. She's awesome. She's gonna be doing our opening protocol. And this year she asked if she could have a little bit more time because she wants to have the group get involved with creating a lei together and then having that lei be the offering that we take to Volcano. So I was like, shoot, of course you can do that. So she's gonna she'll be coming around 3:30, 3:45, And then, but the ceremony stuff will start at 4, and she'll have them do the activity, go out to the volcano, she'll do her protocol. And then after that, people can go back to their rooms because it's only gonna be like 45 minutes. So they'll have about an hour before dinner, and then dinner will be at 6 o'clock. Okay, any question about that? And to be honest, I don't know where dinner's gonna be. I mean, it's cafeteria for now, but it moves. So we'll just see. Yeah, yeah. And it's not like how it used to be. Like when you folks used to eat in the cafeteria, it's like, oh, just eat, right? Because it's part of the cafeteria. They don't have a cafeteria now. So everything we're ordering is like catered. So we have to give them a certain packs number, a certain people count and stuff, and account for, like, if someone's a big eater, then we have to give a little bit more servings and stuff like that. So because of that, we're probably gonna be serving them. So just to make sure, we did buffer a little bit, but we'll probably still have servers. We're all gonna take turns, different nights serving, at least for the first run through. Once everyone goes through one through, then you don't have to serve anymore. But we'll talk more about that in a little bit. Okay, is that all right? Okay.
Hmm.
All right, so that's day 2. Oh, okay, wait, no. After dinner, then we have an evening session. And then we have our first night of Ho'okipahale. Okay, and that's from 9 to 10:30. And we're gonna close them down at 10:30 and stuff. We're gonna kick them out at 10:30. Flashing lights, everything. They're gonna leave at 10:30 and stuff, and with good hearts and full bellies. And Chef Lee has an awesome menu. So we have a link to that too. So you'll be able to see that. Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna kind of speed up a little bit so those were like the main intricate stuff. The next couple of days, breakfast at 7. We have morning sessions. And the first morning session on a Wednesday is the innovation paper. Then we always meet. We'll meet in building 43. That'll be our meeting area, debrief. And Dave Sherrill, he'll talk about all this stuff. Lunch is different. Again, they only do grab and go lunches. They don't do buffet stuff. So everything is grab and go, which maybe is okay, because then we can grab it and then we can go back to our cabin, building 43, and we can have our meetings, our debriefs, yeah, and eat while we do that. And then we'll have our afternoon sessions, and then there's free time for our participants. Dinner's always at 6, and then we have our evening session, 7 to 9, and then 9 to 10:30 is Ho'okipahale. Okay. Kind of similar on Thursday, same thing, breakfast between 7 and 8:30. Morning sessions, 9 to 11:30. We always meet after a session in building 43, do our grab and go lunch. And then there's an afternoon session. On Thursday, we'll also have a staff meeting at 3 o'clock. And this is when we start doing the hot topic. So as you're in your facilitator sessions, and Danny, Renee, correct me if I'm wrong, yeah, when you're in your facilitator sessions, as things are coming up, you're kind of making notes of what are some of the common things coming up, or what are the hot topics. Is that correct? Yeah. And then we're going to use that for one of the sessions later in the week. Yeah.
I'm sure Dave is gonna go through that by detail.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, great. Dinner again at 6, evening session 7 to 9, 9 to 10:30 networking. Okay. All right. So any questions about the Wednesday, Thursday days? Okay. All right. Friday will be a little bit different. So Friday we'll have breakfast again. We will have a morning session. Is this the hot topics one? Is that hot topics on Friday? I think so, yeah. I think these are the hot topics. So, and then yeah.
Yes, it is.
So Friday will be the hot topics. So all the stuff that we talked about and that we picked, we'll do the hot topics for Friday morning. 11:30 grab and go lunch. Everyone boards the tour bus, and we're gonna do a tour. So at this point, facilitators, if you guys are like, oh, I'm so burnt out, I just need to rest, and so you can stay back. But we encourage you. We've paid for everybody to come. I think it'll be kind of cool. We'd love to have everybody participate, but again, want to also be respectful of your energy levels and everything, because we would have been going kind of full force for a couple of days. But our tour is gonna be with Kanako Ole Foundation. Going to the local area, kind of doing some giving back to the community type of thing, a little bit of education. an omiyage stop at Big Island Candies for the group. And then the one that I'm really excited about is Kilohana Farms or Big Island Meadery. So they're a new business, kind of close to KMC. I would say like 20 minutes away, maybe 15, 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
And beautiful place. They're doing like great stuff for sustainability. So they're gonna do like an educational talk, but they're also gonna give like sample, like honey sample cards, and to bless you, honey samples, and then there's like mead. Are they giving mead samples?
Yes.
Oh yeah, they're gonna give mead samples. So so people can feel good. And then like people can shop and everything. So I think that'll be really kind of cool. And then we're catering dinner. They have a space for us. So we'll cater dinner and have dinner there at their farm area from Aloha Mondays. So, and again, thank you, Renee, for all the recommendations of places to get food from. So Aloha Mondays is gonna be catering for us. So if you guys can make it, if you feel up to it, we'd love, love, love to have you there. It'd be awesome for all the facilitators to be there, but totally understand if you need a little bit of downtime or break that afternoon. Okay. All right. The whole tour and everything, because with dinner and everything, we're not going to be back at KMC till around 8. And then we'll have to get ready for Ho'okipahane. And that'll be our last Ho'okipahane for that time. Okay. All right. Any questions about Friday? Okay. So there's some Friday notes on here. So throughout the week, things to kind of keep in mind is what are these who's kind of outgoing, who could be like an MC, because there's like a talent show and stuff at the end of the Aloha dinner, or like a little showing. So kind of start keeping a lookout for who could be people that you would approach to do talent or slideshows and stuff like that. So that's all listed in the Friday notes. So as facilitators, you're going to be knowing the people really well. So just kind of keep that in mind and be asking people about if they'd be willing to play certain roles. Yep. Okay, any question about that? All right.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
For finding someone to collect photos, make a slideshow. Does that mean that this is a person who would need to have access to like a computer and like editing software and stuff up there?
I'm trying to think. It was someone from Honolulu CC who did it last time. And yeah, so they had access to a computer, but I think it wasn't like, I don't know if they had software. I don't know. Danny, Renee, do you guys know how they do that for the slideshow?
I think it was just a simple PowerPoint. So they had access to a computer. I mean, I'll have a laptop that they can play with if necessary.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple other people always bring something. So yeah, it was fairly simple though. It's just I think it was just a PowerPoint.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So, and I mean, we could always.
Well, we're setting up a photo Google Drive, right? Where people can drop photos in throughout the week.
Mm-hmm.
And we could really just run all those photos as a loop.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's true. I mean, I don't know how busy everyone's gonna be. I mean, if one of us can do it, I think that'd be awesome. So we don't put on a participant, but I don't know if maybe that's kind of the community building is to ask a participant to do it. I'm okay either way. But yeah, we will have the Google Drive with people. We're going to encourage people to put their pictures, upload any videos. So that'll be a shared drive, and then we can just pull from there.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if that part meant that we're like peeking to see if somebody brought a laptop or something, or like how we were doing that.
Oh, yeah, no. Well, and we'll have laptops. So yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. So I guess that's not really well thought out, Chris. Sorry.
No, that's okay. That's why we're doing this, right? Yeah.
But yeah, I think for some reason I think it'll come together. I don't know. So I think yeah. So maybe if we find someone who maybe is a digital media person or someone who seems interested, then they can always use my computer and go into Canva and just upload stuff. Yeah. And
Nice.
yeah. Okay. And I think, again, it's not like we showcase it. I think it just kind of runs in the background, right? I don't know if it's like part of the program. Or was it part of the program? Okay, I'll go check. It's part of the program, but yeah. But thank you,
Erin,
Chris.
so, related to that, so if we identify someone, should we just ask or should we discuss first before we like loop people in?
I would say, what do you think, Danny?
Yeah, we discuss it first.
Mhm.
Because we meet after each session, right? You just keep in mind that you're looking for somebody who's particularly outgoing and that everybody seems to get along with. And then yeah, just go from there.
That's good. That's true, because then like a couple of you might have ideas for the same kind of person for the same role. So yeah, I like that. Since we'll be meeting a lot after each breakout, then that'll be good. Yeah. Thanks, Danny. Okay. All right. Any other questions for Friday? Okay. Okay, moving on to Saturday. So this will be our last full day with them. So Saturday again, breakfast, then morning session, grab and go lunch. Okay. And now this is our Aloha dinner time. So they'll have free time. I think that's their special interest group time where they put stuff up on the wall. Does anybody want to go hiking or anybody want to go, to the beach or whatever like that? Yeah. So and so that's our time that we can set up for Aloha dinner. And I think we'll have access to the room that whole day. So we can go, so Joyce said we can go in as early as we want. It's not going to be in the lava lounge where it was last time when you folks had it, because evidently they have a budding business in lava lounge and they actually have a lot of people who go drinking and watch sports and stuff. So they're like, so they will be in the core room, and the core room is near the front office, but it's a nice room and there's a place for a bar. So we'll still have a no host bar there. And then we'll have like AV equipment, like they'll have like a projector and stuff set up for us. So, and a microphone and everything. So so it'll be nice. It seems nice. We'll have to do our own setup and stuff, but I think it'll work okay for what we need. For the Aloha dinner, just so that you folks know, all of Leeward admin is coming. All of Hawaiʻi CC admin is coming. Then Kapi'olani's chancellor, Kauai's chancellor, and I think that's no, Maui not coming. Della is coming and Mike Unabasami is coming. Yeah, so this is probably one of the biggest amounts of outside people that are coming. So they're excited. And it's good. Yeah. So we'll definitely give kudos for them for supporting their people and stuff. Okay. Any questions about Aloha dinner? So for Aloha dinner, or actually, so from 1 to 5, we'll have the break time. We'll be setting up, maybe running to do some errands. KMC doesn't provide desserts anymore, so I got to figure out where we'll buy desserts from. And then I'll also go and pick up some lei, another round of leis from Teal and stuff. So I think that'll be good. And then at 5 o'clock we'll have picture taking for all the groups, and then 5:30 we start Aloha dinner and stuff. And that'll go 5:30 to 7:30, but we can stay in the room till whenever. But I think once the dinner is pau, we'll probably have like half of us go to Ohia, start breaking down, and the other half can stay with the group in case people want to do karaoke or if they want to stay behind. But again, I would probably say, yeah, we kick them out 9:30, 10 o'clock. Be like, hey, everybody go pack. You got to pack and be ready for tomorrow. Okay. All right. Any questions about Aloha dinner? And we don't know what the menu is yet. KMC doesn't know, but it's probably not Hawaiian food. They're working on having a
Excuse
chef.
me.
They need to get a chef there first before they have cooks that can do like the breakfast, lunch, and dinners, but they don't have a chef yet. Or they're finalizing getting a chef that can do the catering stuff. But I have faith we're gonna have food, so it'll be fine. Yeah. Okay. All right. Any questions about that? Okay, last day. Thank you so much for your patience, everybody, as we go through the schedule. Sunday, shorter breakfast, 7 to 8. We're going to tell participants bring their luggage to Ohia. Morning session will be their final exam. That's the 8:30 to 11:30. Grab and go lunch. They all load in the bus, 12:15, and then we go ahuiho, and we say aloha, thanks for being here. And you folks probably remember, but when they come off the bus, we greet them with lei, we wave, we're like super excited to bring them, just bring that whole aloha spirit, the whole joy of them coming. And when they leave, we're all there, you know, waving aloha, waving goodbye, sending our mana, sending our aloha with them as they go on their way. Okay. So, and I think that's it. Okay. And then for us, okay, so after they go, then we all go, phew, and then, then we'll have like a brief meeting, kind of debrief. We'll probably look at the list, kind of talk about potential facilitators. I remember doing that last time, like, or like, you know, just kind of looking through, okay, who would be other people we could ask to join the team possibly. Just break down everything, load up stuff, drop stuff off at Renee's house. I will try to see if I can drop off the printer, Renee, back at Hawaiʻi CC on Friday, when, or Friday or Saturday and stuff when I'm running errand. Oh no, can it be Saturday? Maybe Friday. I'll try to see if I can. But if I cannot, Renee, if it's okay, if you can give to Tiana on Monday. Oh, sorry, sweetie, you're muted.
Yeah, can do. And then I can do the reservations for John's Grill too. So,
Okay, thank you.
yeah, no problem.
That's awesome. Appreciate that.
Mhm.
So Don's Grill, I guess it'll be kind of like late lunch, early dinner, just so that we can have like a poo thing, like just a final gathering. I remember in 2019, I think we ran out of time, so we didn't go to Don's Grill, but hopefully we'll have everything. It'd be really nice if we can do like a last just mahalo time with each other. So we'll shoot for that. So thanks, Renee, for making reservations for that. And then we'll take the SUVs, the vans back to the airport. Before 5:45. That's kind of too close. I want to get there earlier. So we'll try to get to like by 5:30, maybe, if we can get to the airport. Yeah,
Don's is super close to the airport.
Don's is close to airport. Yeah, and gotta put gas too. That's why, because we cannot put gas at KMC anymore. So we'll put gas close to the airport, like afternoon, and then we'll leave for our flight. I think that's it. Jeff, do you leave on a different flight or do you leave with us? Do you need to go airport earlier?
No, I think I'm on the same flight with you guys coming back.
Okay, all right. And then I'll
Just,
double check with
I
Michelle.
have to leave Honolulu to come here, so I think that's the additional.
Okay, yeah. All right, so okay, so that is our phew. Everybody need a break now after going through that. Any overarching questions?
I
Or
have
Danny and Renee, anything that you'd like to add that maybe was missed or needs clarification?
Did you get the shell lace upon the participants arriving? You got that already?
I got kukuile.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. So we're packing it up and we're shipping it out today. So
And do you need me to get more materials for the lace, the material for the eyelash lace and
no,
stuff?
I got them all, Renee. So we're
Okay.
shipping that out today too. Thank you so much.
Thank
Of
you.
course, it's so funny because I'm not crafty. So I'm over there at Ben Franklin going, what's rat tail ribbon? I said, is this it? He's like, no, girl, that's not it. So I'm like, oh, sorry. Okay, so but we got it. It'll be good. So
Okay, thank
yeah.
you.
Thanks, Renee. Anything else? Danny, is there anything that you can think of? Oh, sorry, sweet.
That we missed. Yeah.
I got a question for you. On one of the last days around 5:30, there's like the final group picture. Is somebody in charge of that? Like is planning to bring the camera or something?
So that's an excellent question. So let's go on to our next agenda
Were we gonna
item.
ask Chris if he'd take pictures? Were we gonna ask
I don't know.
Chris?
Yeah, we might. Yeah, because you know,
Yeah,
I have
I
to
was just gonna
admit, in
say.
2019, one of the highlights for me was when Chris took pictures of us and the Milky Way. Like I still have my mug. I have my mug of this. Yeah, that's our mug of the Milky Way and stuff. So yeah,
Cool.
but it was awesome, Chris. So but yeah, so I think we'll go to the volunteer assignments and then you can kind of see and stuff.
'Kay.
So okay, so the
Sure.
next one is I'm going to turn over to Amy and she's going to go for okay, so any other questions about schedule before I move on? Everybody okay?
Just a quick one. So we're flying on corporate, right? So we do have how many free bags?
You get
One,
two. You
two.
should have two.
Cause
So
I'm bringing I have some of the swag, so one of them I have already. It's just something small, but I was gonna try and get little bottles of honey too. So if I do get that, I'm gonna have to send something through baggage. So I just
yeah.
wanted to double
So
check.
so I think and if you have to pay, like you guys get reimbursed for whatever baggage. Like
Okay.
the participants don't. So, but I put in specifically for you folks, you will get reimbursed for baggage. Renee can get reimbursed for mileage because she's using her own car. And parking, airport parking, you guys, if you're gonna park your car, you can get reimbursed because that's gonna be expensive too. So, but participants don't get that. Yeah. So yeah, so if you gotta do an extra bag, Jeff, beyond the two, then just process the reimbursement through the kind. Yeah.
Do we
Any
have
other
swag
questions?
bags that we can put everything in, or do we need to buy?
So we have, you wanna show? So we got, so part of the swag bags, we got the bags itself, flashlights, water bottles. This is what the bag, kind of junk camera, but so this is the tote. It's gonna be in. We got pens, flashlights. Oh, yeah, we packed it up already. Sorry. Water bottles. We have t-shirts that are coming in. Stickers are supposed to come in, but I'm following up with that. The stickers coming in tomorrow. Oh, right on. Okay, stickers will come in tomorrow. So yeah, so we do have some swag, and then Maui gave some stuff. Kapi'olani gave some stuff. I'm still working on stuff from my campus. Kauai has stuff. So we'll have like some items, yeah,
Okay,
in
great.
there. So yeah. But the bags are cool. I like the logo is nice and stuff. Thank you, Amy. So I think we're okay. Good questions though. Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Anything else? Any other questions? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna turn them over to Amy now, and she's gonna talk about Kuleana.
Okay, so I guess we start with, if you're able to click on, we're still screen sharing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so group assignments, so, using, the directives that, Cindy provided to us, we use the same criteria. A mix of people from different places, different campuses, are mixed into the different groups. So these are the groups for days, the Wednesday, Thursdays, the Wednesday, Thursday group days where we're actually facilitating all that discussion. So this is the first group, the Innovative Papers groups. There's a TBA from Maui. We just got someone who canceled, so we're trying to fill that seat from Maui. And then the second page has the problem paper groups with all the group leaders. So if you look at this list and you know for sure, like from wherever you're from, you know for sure, like, oh my God, those two people cannot be together, then please let us know.
Yeah. And we used the sorting method that was like, you line up all the facilitator names and then Cindy had a very specific method to try and make sure that everyone is divided. Now, Kapi'olani and Leeward have the most people attending, so I couldn't avoid, there's a couple groups that might have two Leeward people in it, but for me, it was most important that your morning group, you have totally different people in your afternoon group. And we're able to achieve that and did our best with the male to female ratio. We have about, I think it was like 13 males and the rest are females. So at least every group has at least one male, like especially the 5-person groups have one male. And then some of the larger groups, the 6-people group will have like 2 males, maybe a 3-person male. And it's just, I was going nuts. So I'm like, okay, I can't make any other, like, it's like a puzzle and stuff. So I think it'll be okay. But again, like Amy said, if you're for sure, you're like, these 2 people cannot, then we'll go ahead and we'll make some adjustments. But yeah, so go ahead, take a look at your group and your group number, your group letter as well. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay. So the staff listing and volunteer assignments link. I just love Cindy because she's so organized. She had like everything. all set for us to kind of copy and redo. So in the staff contact list and volunteer assignments, if you could fill in your email and a contact phone number, that would be great. In the staff volunteer assignments, these are areas where you know we need help with. So and then of course, if you want to volunteer anywhere else, it's totally fine too. So let's see, for sure, we do need if you're good at the eyelash lay making. I am not, I'm so sorry,
not
but there
too,
might
but it's fun.
I'm so sorry.
It's so
I'm
fun.
bad at crafts. We can start there. Aloha Dinner Program Liaison. That was a coordinator, yeah, from the facilitator group that would help with having that program move along. The MCs and the participants are well, the entertainers are all participants. So just having someone to help that program move along. Oh, yay, Chris signed up. Music
Thanks,
projector,
Chris.
karaoke setup. We do need greeters for arrival day. So if you'd like to greet at the airport, Erin got these really huge signs. It's greeting at baggage claim and getting everybody on the bus. We'll have the actual participants list for you, so you know who's coming in on what flight. And then we are taking one SUV up to the airport with us. There are a handful of people on the first group of arrivals that need a grocery store run. They have dietary restrictions, or they're vegetarian or what have you. And so there's just a handful, it's like 3 or 4 that have already expressed interest in doing a grocery run when they arrive. So that would be a grocery store run. So if anyone's available to do that, that would be helpful. And then great, yay, Chris, our photographer, yay. I'm so bad, I always forget to take pictures anywhere I'm at. Let's see. Yeah, for just FYI for dietary, because you might get asked a question. We've asked the participants over and over. Those who have declared they have certain allergies or whatever, they know what the catering menu looks like. And it's just very limited to what the military installation can provide. So so those participants who have dietary needs or are wanting to prepare their own food, we are going to be placing them in a cabin with a kitchen so that they have access to do whatever they need to do. Yeah. Okay. All right. Those are just tasks that we thought of in advance, or have had tasks that we've done in advance, have done in previous great teachers things too. Registration duties. So you don't have to really look at this in full, but this is just how registration will go. We will do all registration in Ohia. We'll have a table. We'll have all of our swag bags already packed, labeled. So we'll do that on Monday when we're all there together, and we'll have them labeled and tagged with participant names. So they'll have their t-shirt and everything they need in the bags. We'll get registration information, room keys, and cabin assignments. Hopefully we'll get all of the cabin assignments done on Monday. And then as rooms are ready, then we'll get the keys from our coordinator to have all the everything handled in Ohia. We do have extra t-shirts ordered. So if the size doesn't quite work out for someone, then there are a handful of extras for exchanging if needed.
Yeah, tell them what shirts they get.
Hmm?
What shirts did they get? What shirts we get? We get
So us, the facilitators, we've ordered 2 polos for you. So everyone gets 2 polos and a t-shirt. So we're all wearing our polos on arrival day, which is Tuesday, the first day of participant arrival, and then Sunday for bye-bye day. So we never like you wear dirty ones. We ordered 2. And then a t-shirt. So yeah, well look, now you only need bring two
Two
other
more
colors, two other shirts. No, I'm just kidding. Well, Erin, she was asking me, how much clothes you can bring? And I'm like, well, I only have so many pants that fit right now. So, anyway, so on arrival, when they get off the bus, then Erin had choked kukuile, so we were doing kukuile, and when they arrive, and then they'll just come into Ohia and we'll take care of registration at that time. So I'll be staying back. So and then if anyone doesn't like their cabin assignment, then we can work that out at the time. Because we're post-COVID, we've ensured that everybody has their own bedroom.
Yeah.
So you're sharing cabin with other people, but you won't necessarily have a bedroom roommate. I mean, you won't have a bedroom roommate. Everyone has their own bedroom, and then shared bath. So that's nice, right? Everybody has their own little space. But you do people will be sharing cabins, but not bedrooms.
And then for those who wanted a single cabin, we charged them $250 and stuff for the week. And so they got their own single cabin.
Yeah, so it's good, because with the year I went, I had a bedroom roommate, yeah. So yeah, so everyone has their own bedroom, but you will have cabin mates. So that's fair and safe, right? So we just still talking about COVID. Okay, so that was registration duties. Okay, so in conversations with KMC, if we look at the dinner server and Ho'okipahale shifts, because the cafeteria is not open to the public, the food that's catered is by portion that we arranged, and we did cushion our catering order. But our coordinator was so nice. Oh, it's not overly generous portions, so we should serve our first entrees to everyone. So the server piece is serving the entree portions to everyone's first round through the buffet line, and then after that, if there's whatever's left over, they can get seconds. So we also Erin just coordinated server shifts just so we all have time to participate. And this is dinner service only. Breakfast is everyone's on their own. Breakfast is not a problem. And then Ho'okipahale for cleanup. We didn't want any one person or two people to always be charged with having to clean up after Ho'okipahale. So yeah, so everyone has time to share. And then if you're like me and you're not incredibly extroverted and you're like, I don't really want to go to Ho'okipa every night. Well, just know that, oh, I'm on cleanup day on whatever day, and know that that's a day that we'd like you to be there. I mean, it's good if we all go.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And I think, I think just the spirit is that I think everyone ends up helping anyway, whether you're on a shift or not, but we just did the shift so that if you're feeling extra tired or whatever, that it's okay.
Yeah, you're not
it's okay to
obligated.
take care of yourself too throughout this process. So if your name's not on there, then take the night to, get your stuff together, or go sleep a little bit earlier, whatever. But you're always extra help, extra hands are always welcome. But we just wanted to not make you feel like everyone had to be everywhere all the time. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. So on the flip side, if your name is not there, don't feel like we don't like you come.
Right.
You can
Yeah,
still come.
everyone is always welcome all the time. Yeah.
Sorry, didn't clarify that. And then Aloha dinner, we put two shifts for I don't know what we're serving. So
Yeah, we don't know what we're serving
yeah.
yet. But since there's going to be about 66 people, 66, 67 people. So I just put like 4 people on the first shift to help people get through. But we might have to pull more people if there's like, I don't know, depending what they have us, whatever our menu ends up being. But wanted to also make sure that everyone gets a chance to eat, because sometimes, it can be crazy, right? And so we just want to make sure that like Lee, Michelle, Renee, make sure you folks eat first, so that then we can switch off if have to, and then the first shift crew can eat second. So just everyone can make sure that they get food as well.
Yeah, we requested for a luau Hawaiian food for Aloha dinner because that's traditionally what it's always been.
Yeah. No
And if
can.
that's not available, we've asked for a prime rib and fish menu. But if
Mhm.
that's not available, I don't know. We might have, what did she say? Adobo and pancit, because our coordinator is Filipino.
And we're like,
That's fine.
yeah, that's fine.
So yeah, that was
That's
fair.
good too.
But she said, "Don't worry, I'm gonna make sure it's all good for
Yeah,
us."
she's
So,
been really good, and
yeah.
she knows that we've been pretty patient with all the changes and stuff. So she's been good to work with. Before we used to buy the poi from like KTA and then have them mix it and stuff. Cannot bring any of that kind of stuff anymore. So I hope it's Hawaiian food.
Me
I
too.
really hope they find a way to do it.
Yeah,
But
I mean, the
if not,
kitchen
it'll still be food and it'll be good. So
So we did rename the Pupu Palace to Ho'okipahale only because there was that kind of strange conversation we had with the coordinator about, oh, you're doing pupus? Oh no, it's like a gathering place, a gathering place. Oh, is that in lieu of the dinner? No. So we thought we better rename the hangout hale
Yeah.
so that
The hangout.
nobody thinks that,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, so crazy. Okay. And
And Ho'okipa means to entertain. It's like a place, a gathering space for visiting. So it's a place where we have like we're creating our well-being and we're having fun and entertaining. So yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. And speaking of poo-pooing, hey Chef Lee, talk about your menu.
Yeah, chef, go tell us your beautiful menu.
Oh, I was piggybacking on what they did last time. But I thought it would be more fun to do more interactive kind of things. So, we'll always have fresh fruits and snacks and chips and stuff. But our savory items, the first night I decided, oh, let's have a fiesta night and do make your own tacos and burritos and nachos. And we can do um vegetarian as well as you know like kalua pork and chili or chicken or whatever. um the second day, Wednesday, um make it easy. I just thought we'd do burgers and hot dogs on the grill, something fast, and everybody likes that with chips and things. And then, so every day we'll have the same fruits and, we'll switch out the snacks and stuff. Thursday, I thought having a sushi hand roll party would be kind of fun.
Oh.
Where last year they brought all kinds of sashimi and poke up, and we just make sushi rice and have some cut vegetables and things, and everybody can make their own hand rolls and have a a kind of a fun sushi party. And yeah, and then Friday we're catering out. We'll get it from that Thai place, I believe.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's it. But for an hour and a half, just to put something out that a lot of people can just enjoy, and if they're still hungry from dinner, at least they get something good to eat. At least they don't get that what was
The potato.
the potato with the cheese. Oh, that was hilarious.
Yeah,
But anyway,
yeah. And like your sweet treats are all Hawaii Island
yeah.
focused. So I like that. Everyone gets to experience snacks and sweets from the island. So I think that's really cool.
And I think it's I don't know, like chef, you want us to print this up and like put it in with the other information that people get?
It should be a surprise.
Oh, it should be a surprise. Okay, never mind.
Right?
It's a surprise. Okay, and
Yeah,
then
I
you announce it,
I don't
maybe?
care. I
Yeah.
don't care.
Or maybe you'll announce it that
Yeah.
day or something.
I don't know.
Do
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't really.
Renee, does Chef announce stuff, or is it like it's just a surprise? Come and see what it's gonna be.
The year I went, it was just surprise. You just showed up to go, what's on? What's in the Poo Poo Palace today? Well,
Yeah,
I don't know. That was just me. That was years ago.
Cool.
yeah.
Mm.
I'm game for anything. So you just say the word and we'll go with it.
Okay, that sounds good. Danny, Renee, do you guys remember what they did before?
Always a surprise.
It's always okay. All right, element of surprise. I need to stop being a planner. Okay.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
surprise. It's
Okay,
good
surprise
that
is
way,
good.
right?
That's good,
Because you
that's
want
good.
people to come.
Yeah.
Okay. The other link in the agenda is facilitator tips. So these are tips that that we've used every year for great teachers. So I'm not going to read the whole thing, but really, you know, we're facilitators. It's our role to encourage conversation, to ensure that everyone has a chance to share and speak. We're not there to share our story and our whole opinion, because that takes our time. It's to really engage the conversation of all the participants. So yeah, so this worksheet has just things to do, tasks to keep in mind. Um, we have debrief discussions for the facilitator groups after our Wednesday, Thursday sessions. And then some tips on managing the discussion as we go through the different groups. And then keeping in mind as we have our groups together, if you hear people having subject matter or topics that you think would be good to have for the Hot Topics Day on Thursday, you know, take notes so that we can share that in our facilitator meetings to determine what should be on that list. Okay. Do you want me to go through everything? Anything?
Yeah. Well, actually, I also, well, Danny and Renee, since you guys have been doing this for a while too, are there any things that you'd want to emphasize when it comes to facilitating?
Mm, Keeping time, right? Because some people are really long-winded talkers, and then the introverted ones will just not lose their turn, or So 1 year as a no, 1 year as a participant, I actually lost my voice, but they made me talk. So I was like trying my best to like help out my voice, and I literally lost my voice. I was like so embarrassed, but they made me talk and put in my manao. So that was pretty hilarious. I will never forget.
That's great. Getting to talk so much that they lose their voice. Yeah, but keeping time, right? Because we have set times for our group discussions, and you want to make sure that everyone has the opportunity to share. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Danny, how about you? Any words of wisdom?
Yeah, the idea is that you don't say too much, so
Right.
the beginning part there is really important. You're supposed to be listening and not talking. And so basically the only thing I ever talked about was tell somebody, okay, your time's up, next person, things like that.
I like the first bullet point on it, big ears and small egos. I think that's super important. And, I think like that's why like Cindy and the advisory board would always look for a certain kind of person that's very much about the collective and about hearing others and not about themselves kind of thing. I think that's the humble group that that has always been in the past as facilitators and is perpetuating now even today. So if you're here, it's because you have the heart and you have the ano to the style of living and stuff to be here. I think one of the things we'll probably have to talk more about, like especially when Dave comes, he'll probably go over a lot of this stuff too. It's just some of the logistical things, like when you take your group, where do you go? If there's some cabin spaces that people will offer, or do we need to move chairs to certain places? If people meet outside, hopefully the weather's nice, people can meet outside or maybe a couple groups at the most in Ohia, but they can go other places too. So
What generally happens is once we get up there, start scoping out places that look good.
okay.
There's the library. The theater is also a possibility. Outside the bowling alley, but that's not too good, I was found out. But yeah, so kind of scope out a place that you can call your own.
Ah, nice.
Yeah,
That's
and
cool.
the problem is, so if it's wet out there, you kind of have to have a plan B. We can take chairs to the NS buildings, the larger rooms. We typically take chairs there so that you can meet in those larger bedrooms too.
Right. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens we get.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds good. And then people can also use building 43. A group can go in there as well if they want to. Yeah, I think that they've gone in there before too.
Typically been reserved for the chef.
Pardon?
That's typically been reserved for the chef.
Okay. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so Chef Lee, you can take everybody back to building 43.
The only
Oh.
benefit he has from the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah. Yep, so that one's yours, and then we can all find other rooms and stuff. So I think the only other thing I want to kind of emphasize is as you're listening, as Danny was saying, like just kind of taking note of like the hot topics. I think that's really important because that really fuels what we're going to be talking about on Friday before our tour. So hot topics are those topics that everyone leans forward in, they're interested in, or you might have to cut conversations short because people are just talking, they're like really jazzed about it, or they're really struggling with it and they, things that they want to bring up. So we'll look at doubles. If a topic came up in both your morning, your innovation and your problem sessions, then that could be a potential hot topic. If it's a strong single topic in either one of your groups, that's something too. A strong single could be a double in someone else's group. So those kinds of things we'll talk about when we're debriefing. So you're going to be taking some notes too, jotting down a few words so you remember the topic. But again, I think it's also very important, and Chris could probably even give us instruction on this, like the nonverbal cues. So not just always taking notes, but really being present, showing, like the way, showing your interest in your verbal, in your nonverbal expressions, in the way you hold yourself, the way you're facing everybody, and those types of things. I don't know, Chris, if you want to give any kind of, I didn't even prep you, but any kind of tips in terms of what's a good way to show inclusiveness, to show support to people when you're facilitating?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I will say right out of the gate, you picked great facilitators because everybody here I remember in conversation with are great listeners. Um, but yeah, if we have reactions, right? If we're reacting to what they're saying, that's a good way to be a good listener, right? Nodding along, um, holding in, it's like kind of matching the energy of the speaker, right? If they get kind of somber and stuff, you kind of get like kind of somber with them, kind of take them seriously. When they kind of loosen up and smile, you kind of smile too, right? Kind of mirroring their rapport. That was really good. Probably the most helpful thing I've gotten as a participant was when the facilitator would draw out the introversion, right? Kind of press you to speak more. Yeah, that was incredibly helpful. It struck a chord with me personally. Yeah, when I was there.
Right. Great. And doing that in a very mindful way. So, so that people don't feel super uncomfortable, but that they feel supported and safe in
Yeah.
order to share and stuff. Because
Yeah.
I tell you, sometimes those that are most quiet, they have a lot of stuff going on. And when they
Yeah.
share it, it's just like these gems of knowledge.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, and I think little verbal back channels can be really helpful too, because what gets rewarded gets repeated, right? So if we got a quiet person in a group, and like we're kind of holding out, like, they got something, and they start to speak or something, we'd be like, oh my gosh, like thank you so much for saying that. Boom, like that's the fish for the dolphin, like that's the click for the dog, right? That's what gets rewarded gets repeated. So if they start to kind of open up a little bit, like we acknowledge it like right then and there, like that's a really good comment, thank you, and it's more likely to come out in the future. Yeah.
Excellent. Very good. Any other thoughts about facilitator tips? And so this is such an excellent comprehensive list that has, I guess, evolved over the years. So really appreciated having this as like our foundation. Appreciate also the tidbits and the advice from Renee, Danny, and Chris. But if there's any other thoughts that anyone wants to share about being a facilitator, any questions?
In the past, I had one group, I think it was towards the last couple of days of the seminar, and apparently these two people were in the same group prior and they had like a conflict. So some people kind of like caught wind of that. And so at the end of the seminar, people are really tired, especially if they're partying, after hours with other people, lack of sleep. And they just blew up in one of the sessions, right? And so we're all like, what do we do? So we just need to remember to, rephrase about being respectful and being mindful of the time and, being respectful of others and their feelings. And so it was really hard to see that people running out of the rooms and the other person running after that person. And yeah, it was pretty dramatic.
Was this in 2019?
No, probably 2017 or something.
Oh, that's tough.
But there was like drama, like Kardashian kind of drama. So yeah, just heads up. We don't want to escalate it that much. So as we get together as a group, maybe make a mental note like, oh, there's tension between these two, because it was mounting by being in the same group and they just didn't mix the personality wise. Then you hold resentment against each other. No.
Yeah,
That's
thanks for
good.
bringing that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it just kind of shows how important those debriefing sessions are. Yeah, to just share every little observation that you have, not just like, oh, who could, be part of Aloha dinner and stuff, but just like the interactions of people, how much they're participating, how much are they into it, what are the topics they're talking about. I think that'd be really, those debriefs would be very helpful. Thanks, Renee.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts, comments, questions?
I think something that might be helpful. I know one thing I'm worried about as a facilitator is I'm worried about cutting people off. I am terrible, like in life, about interrupting people and cutting them off. So, like to this day, I tend to sit on the side and not raise my hand. I speak if spoken to. So I'm worried about that. But I think one of the things that is really helpful is probably preempting the process before the discussion gets started. So like the attendees kind of know what to expect. Sort of like having a rule in a syllabus that you can always be lenient about later on rather than making up a rule later on. Right. So I think it's at least something I'm planning on is to say something like, thank you all so much for being here. And if we got about 5 minutes per person, and if I cut you off, I promise it's not because we don't love you. We just want to get a chance to hear from everybody else.
Right.
So I'm probably going to try to preemptively do it, something like that. And that
Mhm.
way, if they see me interrupt later on, they'll kind of recognize and go, oh, yeah, he's doing what he's promised. Or he's looking out for us.
Yeah,
That's my plan.
I
Yeah.
think that's awesome. Yeah, I mean,
and seeing them that 1 minute, just a reminder, like, yeah, 1 more minute,
That's
so
a great idea.
that's really good. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, the preemptive thing, the little like the subtle hand gesture, like, a smile and a one finger kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think all of that will be really good so that, because the whole point is we want to make sure that everyone has voice and has a chance to share. One thing that I really like is that, these groups I feel like are a little bit smaller. Like, I mean, we have some that are just 5 people, we have some that are 6. I mean, 6 is the largest. So I think that's really a nice kind of size and stuff. So hopefully you folks won't feel rushed, and that it'll be a nice amount of time. Just a quick question. What do you do if you feel like people aren't talking enough and you feel like you're ending really early? Just want to throw that out there. How do you folks feel about that?
Does that happen?
It's happened in the past. Because when I plan it out, I try and make sure there's about 10 minutes extra. That way gives you a little bit of extra time if people are a little bit too talkative. And then I go back again and see if anybody else wants to say anything again.
Yeah. I'm hoping that I feel that, and I could be wrong, but my feeling is that people are going to want to talk. People are going to want to connect and stuff, especially after everything that they've survived and thrived through. So hopefully this will be nice that they're carving space out just to do that. So I think that's great. Good. Any other last thoughts about the facilitator thing? Again, we didn't want to go through everything with you, but please do read it. It's excellent pointers that have come as over years of experience. That's why. So feel free to read through that document. But any other questions about the facilitation?
I was gonna say, hey, look, Maui College sent us these fly swatters. You use them in your groups, yeah? When the ukulele comes up, yeah, you have to move on.
Oh,
That was just a joke. Sorry, that could be very traumatic for somebody.
No, you could be like, when I start playing the ukulele, when I start strumming, then you get 1 minute left. Very, very good. All right. Okay, so moving on. Okay, so you want to talk about gathering info? Okay,
Yes.
so for one thing we did want to kind of pose to you folks and get your input on is so because this is going to be just UHCC campuses, for the Aloha Dinner, do we want each campus to do something as a campus, like a 1 to 3 minute Aloha Dinner introduction or thing
Skit.
or skit or something? Or
me.
should we be like, no, that's just more work for them to have to come together as a campus to do something? I wasn't sure. So
Forget what the agenda has been like in the past. Last time for me was 5 years ago. So
yeah.
how does it? What do they normally? I remember as a group they have to like have kind of a skit, right? Because it's a random group. It's not by campus.
It was the final exam.
That was
Right.
a final exam. And then it was a talent show,
That's
right?
right. Yeah,
So it was
that's right.
like people volunteered.
Mm-hmm.
Or did we solicit people to do the talent show?
The person who sets it up is basically the one that recruits people to do whatever. So the person we identify is that's going to be the MC. Yeah, we basically it's kind of tossed onto them. And if you choose the right person, right, they can get everybody to participate. So yeah, it's who we choose to be the MC of the event. They pretty much take over.
Do you guys do one MC or do you guys do like a co-MC so you got two people that are trying to get acts together?
Done both.
Okay.
But the thing is, we choose the MC, not the participants.
Okay. And then the MC goes and tries to get acts from their friends and their colleagues. And we do too. Bless
Yeah.
you, Danny. Okay. So do you think we need to do any kind of campus anything? Like,
We could leave it up to the MC. You could pitch that idea to the MC and whoever that is and says, no, let's not do that. But if they say, oh yeah, that's a great idea, then they would coordinate that.
mhm. Okay. And you guys have the list of participants already. So if you kind of have an idea of people from your campus who would be interested in that you think would take on this role, then
They're all
yeah,
extroverted.
I think the sooner we can identify the MC, the better, because it gives them a little bit more time. But I'm not sure, I didn't identify it last time. So yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, okay, so we'll leave that up to the MC. And then Amy, you want to talk about the new teacher thing?
Oh, the new teacher panel. So we were looking at some of the feedback from previous great teacher meetings and feedback comments. So there were some comments on the new teacher panel segment. I guess that's done on Saturday. Yeah.
Yes,
Uh,
Saturday morning.
So there, I remember I was a new teacher when I went to Great Teachers, and I remember that panel was really intimidating for me. But because I just I have to say that I don't really remember too much of the advice that was given. I just remember feeling really stressed out to be sitting in front of everybody. So, but that was my year. I don't know what it's like every year. And there was just some other comments about the structure of that, whether it has to be new teachers and then everybody, or should it be in groups, or should it be in two big groups, or should it be in a circle, or so so we thought we'd bring it to you folks to get your ideas about the best way to or maybe it's a conversation to wait to have with Dave when we're up there on Monday about what's the best way to facilitate that new teacher panel thing. But I don't know. What do you guys think?
The way it went down in 2019, I thought was really effective. It almost felt like a theater style thing where we had the audience in rows and the panel of three up in the front. That seemed to work out really well.
Yeah, that's what
I think I wasn't there. I think I was running errands at the time because I wasn't at the, so the new teacher panel, is it like they put the new teachers in the front or they put the seasoned people in the front and the new teachers are listening? No, the
I
new
think it was
teachers were
the
in the
new
front.
ones in the front. Yeah.
And then everyone goes around and gives advice.
Maybe I'm misremembering this. What I remembered was the few people that we had in the front were like asking questions to the audience. But Renee, probably you got more experience. Were you chiming in, Renee?
I think whoever wanted to give their best advice to the panel of the new teachers just chimed in. Yeah. So just whoever wanted to share just chimed in. But I think it was effective. But yeah, some individuals might not feel good about it.
Is it
Also,
is it always set up like that? The year I went, it was the new teachers in the front, and there was like a theater seating of
Mhm.
the seasoned faculty in front of us, and
yeah,
yeah,
because typically what they do is they go around and ask each of the seasoned faculty to say something.
Hmm.
That was the second half of it. So it starts with the new teachers and then it ends up with the faculty each saying something. But because it's a smaller group, right? It's not 60, it's just 40. We could probably do a semicircle. That might be a little bit less intimidating.
I like that idea. Maybe, yeah, have a circle and the new teachers can be on one part of the circle and then everyone else then it's still like a conversation, but the new teachers are together. Do you think that would be? doable, or you
yeah.
think that would still be?
Well, no, yeah. I think the concept of it is great. The setup of it for me personally was scary. It was uncomfortable
Mhm.
to be sitting there and everybody's like,
Looking
I
at
was like,
you.
wow, it was a little bit, yeah, intimidating.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
I think
think
it's kind of a fine balance because we want the new teachers to kind of have the spotlight, like they're the VIPs, but we don't want to make them like on the spot. Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah,
a fine line to walk.
right. So maybe just the setup different, yeah? Maybe.
Yeah,
We can talk to Dave about
yeah.
it.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
Bring it up on when Dave's with us.
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, and I mean, and like Danny said, it's a smaller group too.
right.
So if it's like that, if Dave agrees and we do it in a circle, maybe that would work good.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thanks everybody for that. Okay, last thing is again, just reminders for travel for Honolulu people. Meeting at the airport, 7 a.m., Mauka end of the Hawaii departures. The beginning part, plan to take baggage if possible. If you can just do one bag, if you can fit everything for a week in one bag so that we can use like your other bag to ship stuff, then that'd be awesome. But if cannot and you gotta bring a lot of stuff, then you gotta bring a lot of stuff and that's fine too. Um, Reminders, 50-pound max for bags, yeah, and they charge us $50 per extra bag. The stuff we're bringing though is
They
gonna
were like
be
60 linear inches.
I know, yeah.
We're like, oh, we're
I
at
know.
66. Oh, that's okay.
So we're mailing up about 7 boxes, and then we're bringing at least 3 bins, like bins,
That we can use
on
for
with
storage.
us. And
Yeah.
so and then the bins, we're thinking Renee will give you the bins and then you can have it at your house. Like, so yeah, because we'll be using all the stuff from it, and then that way we can transfer
Consolidate
stuff from
storage.
cardboard boxes into the bins if you want that. So let's see. And I think that's it. The only other things that just came to my mind is, again, as facilitators, this like everything's about our participation. Everything is, connecting with people. So just reminders, anyone looks by themselves or lonely or whatever, like just go up, just check in with them, make sure they're okay, make sure everyone feels included. It's part of everyone's a part of our family, everyone's a part of our community. Um, and there was something else I was gonna say. I think that's it. Oh, and that's our airport sign. So just make sure. So thing for you folks to do then, make sure you put in your contact information. Make sure you sign up for a volunteer assignment. And I think those are the main things. And then for the tour, the Friday tour, they're saying to wear long sleeve shirt and stuff because we might like pull weeds maybe or something in the local air or something, or so just to wear long sleeve shirt and pants. And then I would say maybe bring a change of a shirt or something if you don't want to stay in long sleeve the whole time for that whole day. and stuff. But I think those are the main things. The other thing is whenever Dave Cheryl has everyone in the circle in the group, all of us sit in the circle too. Yeah, we're all because we're all part of that community. So yeah, and we just kind of rally people together. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. Any last questions? Like 2
Does
hours.
Volcano laundromat facility? No,
Yeah, they have.
I think
They
they
have-
do have a laundromat
Mhm.
facility and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you let me bring you wool light.
yeah.
I'm gonna just bring spray now. So,
There's the washer and dryer up towards the front on, towards, the entrance.
is it a coin operated kind of thing? Probably, yeah. I think so.
Probably takes bills.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Or we all go to Chris's auntie's house. It's like right down the road.
That's probably easier.
Yeah. All right. Any other questions, gang?
Do we sign the waivers and email it back to you or just present it to you at
Can
the
if you do it before we get there, just sign them, email it to us, and that's fine. Yeah. If you're like, nah, I'm just gonna do a paper one, then you can bring it that day. Yeah.
And then Volcano Winery, I sent them a letter of request, like how I always did prior. But I know everyone's trying to rebound from COVID and prices are really escalated. So they haven't responded, but I'm gonna follow up with them.
Yeah.
Is there any preference that you folks would want to emphasize on a donation type? Or just whatever they can, because they might, I don't know, they might, give us like options. Like, do you want teas or wines or, they were very generous prior, but now with COVID and
Yeah. I would leave up to them. We're just grateful if they want to give anything. If they give an option, I don't know. I don't know liquor and wine, so I might defer to Chef or Renee, whatever they've done in the past.
are you folks buying beers and stuff like that from KTA too? Or like in the past or
Do we buy liquor and stuff in the past? I don't think we bought.
What typically happens is we, pool some money, buy a couple cases, and then tell people they're responsible after that.
Okay.
So we provided for most of for the first night, and some of it lasted until the second. And
Okay.
then, we just told people, hey, right, if you want to drink, if you want anything to drink and you want to share, bring it.
yeah. So they would buy liquor, at the convenience store on the campus and then bring
Oh, is
it.
that what we would do? Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, so that one probably cannot. Okay, so that's just like our personal donation, yeah, to the
Yes.
stuff. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so the winery is willing to donate wine, then that's great. And we can have the wine available at the holiday.
Yeah, hopefully they do, and they would give like discount cards and kind of like to promote their business. So when people got free time,
Oh,
they'll
that's
do
good.
the wine tastings and go walk up, to their facility. So I'll follow up with them. I just was curious. And then the donated waters, did you folks want to like put it in the coolers or put it into those swag bags upon arrival?
I would say the donated waters, if we can use it for Ho'okipahale, maybe.
Okay.
Because we're gonna have water and iced tea and stuff at the sessions.
Okay, cool.
So yeah. That's
Right.
okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Right.
Renee. You're like a one-woman donation center. So
Oh, no.
thank you. All right. Anything else, gang? All right. Get some rest. Take vitamin C. Everybody stay healthy. In the next couple, we have, what is it? 11 days. 11 days. I'm so excited to give all of you guys hugs in person, and it's going to be super fun. So thank you so much. We just love you so much, and we'll see you at the airport on July 22nd.
Thank you.
Take care, everybody.
All
All right.
Question.
See you guys.
Thank you.
God bless. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Aloha.
Bye.